Let's get off topic.
His name is Ralph.
My name's Shelby, and performance is my business.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
You like it? It's very generous.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
It's four-leaf clover. Make a wish.
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Let's Get Off Topic with Ralph and Shelby. How you doing today, Ralph? All right?
I'm doing good. Trying to keep busy over here. How about you?
Doing all right. This is officially our second episode in lockdown quarantine mode. If you listened to the last episode, that was our quarantine edition, but we are still continuing with this for an indefinite amount of time. I mean, this is craziness.
Yeah, Cuomo just announced that another till the April 30th now. So it's another 15 days.
I heard that. That's nuts. But I mean, as long as we can eradicate this thing and get it over with, it's that's the only thing to do. You know, we can't go outside and be next to each other until this shit's gone.
Dude, but people aren't listening at all. Did you see the ship that they had sent to Manhattan or whatever to treat people that aren't corona victims, but there are other illnesses? Yeah. There was a horde of people watching them enter the port.
Jesus. No, I didn't even. I saw the ship, like a picture of the ship, but I didn't see the port. Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy. Nobody's listening to what they're supposed to be doing right now. No. So, if we're ever going to get rid of this thing, you got to listen to what they're telling you to do.
Yeah, and we're not in the city, but we're on Long Island, right next to the freaking breeding ground for it, apparently, at the moment. More people sick here than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, we're becoming the epicenter of this thing, man. Well, I know we have a high population, a high density, in Manhattan, and that definitely plays a part.
Yeah.
But there are also people just not listening, and also companies aren't listening to the guidelines. Like, you got people like California Closets deeming themselves essential. Dude, you make closets. I'm sorry, but your employees aren't essential to the furthering of, everything. Like, I get it. I get railroad, some construction, sanitation, electric, gas, all that stuff. I get it. But closets? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But, well, speaking of closets, you're doing a little home renovation, aren't you?
Yeah, actually, me and my wife just finished painting our soon-to-be son in end of May.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was my first time actually ever spackling and like painting an entire room. It was quite an adventure. I'll say that at the least.
I think the first time I ever spackled, I was at a friend's house and we were playing football in the basement for no reason, and his brother tackled me into the wall, and we put a giant hole in the wall, and then we all freaked out. And we were like, God damn, because our buddy's dad was gonna like beat the crap out of us if he saw this hole. So the three of us at like 13 years old were like, fuck, we gotta spackle this shit quick.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
So we did eventually get caught. We spackled it, but the spackle wasn't the same color as the wall, so we got caught.
How did the spackle come out, though?
Oh, it was great. We did a great job. The three of us just sitting there, like, trying to be all precise with it, because, there's nothing more, like, nerve-wracking than being a kid trying to not get in trouble.
Yeah.
So you're just sitting there trying to perfect everything. So we did a great spackle job, I think, from what I can remember. But we still got in trouble.
Yeah, of course you're going to get in trouble putting a hole in the wall.
It was funny. It was Breton. It was just Justin's house.
Oh my God! Was it his older brother tackled you?
His Joe tackled me into the wall, and oh man, it was funny shit.
Was Brandon playing too?
I don't remember. I can't
God.
remember if he was there. I just remember Justin, Joe, and I.
That's
great. But yeah, it was fucking funny. But that's awesome though. I mean, you got a baby on the way, which is exciting. Spackling the house. Well, I mean, at least you guys are home able to do that right now. Not that this is a good quarantine, but
yeah, no, I didn't think if I didn't have the free time that I have right now, it would have been a pain in the ass to do it. Because I fucked up because it's in the corner of the room because we actually had to cut out part of the wall to put an outlet in it, so we had to run a wire. So we actually cut a decent part of the wall into a corner and then along another wall. So it was kind of tough. So I screwed up where I had the spackle around the outlet. It was just terrible. So I had to redo it the next day. All this crap.
Right, because you got to let it sit.
Yeah, you got to let it sit for a long time before you can put your next layer on over the tape and everything like that. But I mean, we got the room done as of last night. We painted everything. I just got to put together the furniture, and my wife's got to chalk paint a piece of old furniture that we have to match our new furniture for the baby.
Nice. Yeah. Being an art teacher, that's nice. She probably is going to decorate that room nice.
Yeah. She's very talented at what she does. So I'm blessed in that regard that she's capable of doing something like that.
That's awesome. But also, speaking of putting rooms together, how about putting computers together?
Yeah. So my stepson, we were going to originally build him a computer for his birthday, which is next month. But because of the quarantine situation, he's going to have to do schoolwork on a computer. So me and my wife talked it over, and we decided to build him his computer early. Now, I went all out on this. I built it as if it was for me. If anybody knows anything about computers, I put an i7 9700K in that thing. I put 2070 Super, 16 gigs of RAM, 144 hertz monitor. He's got, I mean, the case I got him, it lights up. He loves it. He's absolutely over the moon for it. I built it for him specifically so that I could play games too, like Fortnite and whatnot. But all he does is watch YouTube on it. He doesn't play
YouTube
Fortnite.
Videos?
He watches YouTube videos of people playing Fortnite while he plays Fortnite on his iPad. And it drives me crazy. I'm like, dude, you have like a $2,000 computer sitting right here. Dude, I bought him a Razer Huntsman keyboard, a Razer Viper mouse. I went all out with gaming stuff. Like, he's ready to game whatever game he wants to play, and it'll run at 100 and whatever FPS. Like, it'll run perfectly. And he just watches videos. I'm heartbroken.
Have you showed him how to do all of it?
Dude, I downloaded Fortnite on it, and I tried to show him how to play. He played 2 games, died both games really quick, and then just turned it off and went back on his iPad.
So he's going to what he's comfortable with. You know what you got to get him doing is get him on, like, introduce him to a new kind of game. I know all the kids want to play Fortnite right now, but introduce him to a new. That's what I mean. Get him on a new game back like we did it back in the day. Just get him hooked on something that he could play on the computer.
Well, the Epic store that Fortnite goes through, they give out free games every month or so. So I keep downloading him new stuff. He just got like 3 free games or whatever, and I'm going to try to like branch him out into that, like you're saying. But it's just, he just wants to play Fortnite no matter what. No matter what it is, he wants to play Fortnite or watch a Fortnite video.
You know what you got to do? Break out the old Guitar Hero.
Oh,
that would be awesome. Do you still have it?
I have Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 3 on the
PlayStation 2.
I have it on both systems. I have it on PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 because you could only play certain songs on 360
on certain console.
So I had to buy it on both. But I think I only have 3. No, wait, do I have 3 on both? Shit, I might have 3 on both.
3's one of the best ones of all time. So
yeah.
Get him on it.
Which one has Beast in the Harlot? Is that the second one or the third?
That might be the first one.
No, I don't think.
Oh, no, it's not. I think it's the second one.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I definitely have 2 of. I know for a fact I have 2 of that one. I also have Rock Band 1 and 2, and I have all the instruments, and I'm not sure if they work anymore because it's been so long since
I know. The drums always deteriorated. That was the problem.
Yeah, my uncle used to play with his eyes closed. My uncle used to be a drummer, so when we would play Rock Band, he would play with his eyes closed and nail every note.
That's sick.
He's just because he's just feeling the beat. You know what I mean? Like he just learned like where the colors were when he first played through, and then after that he just listened to the beat and was able to just hit the notes with his eyes closed.
That's awesome.
It was pretty fucking cool. But since I built my stepson a new computer, I officially outdated my computer.
Yeah, which means what?
I was gonna wait to upgrade the computer, but I made it about a day and a half, and then I bought all new parts for my computer.
It
Except
was
for a
just
graphics
driving
card.
you crazy, huh?
Dude,
Driving you
because
crazy.
it was driving me insane. Because I'm telling my wife, I'm like, he's not even playing it. I'm like, I'll give him my old computer. Let me have his. And she's like, you can't do that. That's not nice. We built it for him. I'm like, yeah, but he's not using it for what it's made for. I'm like, I'll give him mine. He'll never know the difference. I'm like, it works perfectly fine for him, but I'm trying to play like harder games, like Call of Duty Warzone. It's a battle royale for Call of Duty. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Shelby.
Yeah. Is it?
Dude.
It's a free one, right?
Yeah, it's free, but oh my god, I love it. It's so much more my speed compared to Fortnite. I like Fortnite, but this is so much better to me.
Nice.
And I've been playing it so much, but it's taxing on my graphics card, especially, and on my CPU, especially when I try to stream. I dip in frames. It's so bad.
Oh man.
My CPU currently is only 4 cores. I just bought a 12 core, 24 thread Ryzen 9 3900X. If anybody knows that, that's AMD's best card out, home desktop. So I'm ready to rock when that thing comes in the mail. Hopefully Amazon's warehouse that went on strike comes back to send it to me, because I'll be pissed if I have all the parts except for the CPU and the motherboard. I'll be so upset.
Yeah, I heard they went on strike like today or something like that.
Yesterday, I know a lot of people walked out from Amazon and from Whole Foods. I'm not sure if it was everybody or just certain people.
I did hear about the Whole Foods then.
I mean, listen, I get it. They have confirmed cases of coronavirus in their factory, and I get it. You want to be safe, just like I want to be safe with my job. You know,
I wouldn't want to be there either. Yeah, I get that.
But the world runs on Amazon and deliveries, man. So it's kind of tough to do.
Especially almost now more than ever.
Yeah, I don't even want to go to the store.
It's nuts. And you know what's sad about like restaurants and stuff are relying on people doing takeout, and not a lot of a lot of people are doing takeout, and a lot of people are like, I don't want to do that, you know, like I don't want to go there.
I'm dying for nachos right now. I've been dying for them for like 3 days, but my wife's like, we can't go to Taco Bell, and we can't order Taco Bell because if you order it from Grubhub or whatever, they're going to touch it. Then the person who picks it up is going to touch it, and then it's going to come to our house, and then, you know, we got to decontaminate everything. And I'm just like, but I really want nachos.
About a week or two ago, we ordered from a pizza place nearby that a friend of ours owns, and they were doing free delivery or 20% off if you picked it up. So we were like, all right, let's go pick up like 4 pizzas. So we did that like a week ago, and then just have been holding on to them.
Some places are doing do-it-yourself kits. The pizzerias, they're selling the dough, the sauce, the cheese, everything you need to make a personal pizza at your house.
I mean, otherwise that shit's gonna go bad at their place, so that's smart.
Because they're not going to go through it fast enough. Because, you know, these places, I used to work in a pizzeria, so they make a lot of pizza dough overnight for the next day on top of what they make on a regular shift during the day. And if they don't go through it, you know,
yeah, it's going to go to waste. Yeah, it sucks. So that's smart on their part. Or another idea. Yeah. That's tough.
I don't want to go out at all. Everybody, we go outside in the yard and we play basketball and whatnot. But
yeah,
my wife watched a video about what you're going through when you go to a supermarket to get food, and it's disgusting. They're like, you need to, if you can take anything that you bought out of the container that it's in and put it in something else, do that immediately. They're like, if you could leave your stuff outside for 3 days or whatever it is, if it's like non-perishable, it doesn't have to go in the fridge, they like leave it outside for 3 days to let it decontaminate, because it's disgusting. The virus can live on the bottom of your shoes. So don't wear your shoes in your house because it can tread it through your house. It's just scary, man.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And it is like, I went to the track to go run yesterday, and at the high school where we both work. And when I got there was maybe 3 people, so I stuck in one corner of the track and did my thing and everything. And I was probably there for an hour and a half. By the time I left, there was like 15 people running around, and it's good to see people trying to get out, but I think it does come to a point where everybody's got to be kind of conscious and be like, all right, there's too many people here, you know? Even though it's a big track, everybody's running around. I was like, by that point, by the time it got to like 15 and it was like even more people started coming, I was like, all right, I should get out of here.
Dude, when I was working the last week, there was a parent trying to teach a kid how to ride his bike in the tennis courts. There was about 10 to 15 people, like you said, on the track, but it wasn't like they were just by themselves. It was like 3 people together. Then there was kids on the turf hanging on the soccer nets, hanging on the lacrosse nets, like touching stuff. It's like, you understand that this is a contact, you shouldn't be touching things that aren't yours. You need to disinfect. And they're just hanging on things and hanging out with other people. It just doesn't add up, man. Doesn't add up.
Yep, I know. I wholeheartedly admit that at first I was like, what's the big deal? Like, what the hell's going on with all this shit? But it's getting more and more serious. And listen, I want to go back to work, and like I got a whole season. Like, as a track coach, I'm missing out on a whole season right now of seniors that I'm never going to be able to have a last season with. I'm mortified. I hate it. This sucks, So like, I want nothing more to get back. They're not going to be able to do anything. As of right now, what they're trying to do is have an abbreviated season, but that's if we go back in May. The season's over by June,
I don't think
we're not going to have a season. That's it, And I have my biggest graduating class of seniors this year, and I'm not even going to be able to have a last season with them. This sucks. I'm pissed.
What about all the kids that were going to get scouted for college scholarships and shit like that?
That's another thing. I had half of my seniors. Not half, but I had probably a quarter of my seniors have made their decisions already, but I had a lot of kids who still hadn't made decisions. I had kids, some of my top kids who were still going to do a few college visits. And one of them luckily was able to sign, but some of them didn't get to do those college visits or those overnights with the track team to make their final decisions because everything's closed.
Terrible.
It sucks, So like, they're making huge life choices, like picking your college, especially if you're going to go there for academics and athletics. Like, that's a big deal. And to not be able to go do that visit when you need to, it sucks.
Are they going to try to, if they can't get the abbreviated season before, the end of the school year, are they going to maybe do like a summer session type thing to make up the season for the kids who got left out?
I'm pushing for that right now. I don't know if it's going to be something because we still don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, you have some of the people in the government are saying that we haven't even peaked yet, and it's not going to peak until May, June.
Jesus.
So nobody knows what's going on. I would hope so. And I'm pushing for a summer thing if we're able to open by then, but the way this shit's going, I don't see us opening anything by the summer.
I'm pretty sure school is not coming back in session this school year. Like, the way the writings on the walls that everybody's geared for electronic learning right now. There's no talks of anybody going back to school. Our superintendent just said that she might open the doors for students to come back and get all their personal belongings out of their lockers at some point because they really don't think that the school year is going to start back up again at all.
I got kids asking me. The kids are like, hey, I want to run, but my running shoes are in my track locker and I can't get in there. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, I can't get in there either. I'm not getting any words from, I just heard from the athletic director today.
Really?
Yeah, basically just saying like, hey, we're here. We're trying to figure shit out, but I'll keep you on a day-by-day basis as from what I know, and I'm not a teacher in there, so I don't get the everyday news. I'm just the coach, so I'm getting all the athletic news, and that's about it.
I think they terminated all badges, so nobody can get in except for a select few people. I don't even think my badge lets me in to any building.
Yeah, I would assume not. I had my badges yesterday. I almost went up to the security guard to be like, hey, can I go in there real quick and grab some shit? But I know they're just going to say no, and I didn't have anything Connect Quad on me, so I was like, yeah, they're not going to let me in. They're going to be like, who the fuck are you, and what are you talking about?
Exactly. They were handing out laptops at the high school in the parking lot to students for, anybody who doesn't have a computer at home the other day.
Yeah, they have to. It's crazy.
But yeah, it really is crazy, man. It's sad.
It's super sad, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Like, we weren't prepared for anything like this, and I don't think it was taken seriously enough when it started. I know for a fact I didn't take it seriously enough when it started, and it spread like freaking wildfire.
They I read something, and I'm not sure how accurate it is, but they're suspecting that there are up to 8 strains of this virus that are currently circulating right now. It's just not COVID-19 anymore. It's 8 different strains. So I don't know if the thing
Jesus.
mutated into something else, or it's just what it is, because they're saying they're suspecting 8 different strains. That's why they're having a hard time combating this thing.
It makes sense because we didn't have an immediate antidote, like an immediate anti-vaccine to this. So whatever we're throwing at it, it might not be working. So it's just going back and forth. Yesterday, they announced that they released hydrochloroquine, which is an anti-malarial vaccine.
Yep.
So they just released that, which needs to be approved by the FDA to be released as an emergency anti-vaccine.
Supposedly,
Or an emergency vaccine, not anti-vaccine.
My mother-in-law had said to me, supposedly, if you take too much of that, not by like a great amount, but like a couple of whatever it is, like not too far off, you could actually get really sick and die from that stuff.
I would imagine so. I mean, they only released it as an emergency thing, and it needed to be approved. So the reason it's not out there as an everyday thing, it definitely means it's got some serious side effects or something. I don't know what the hell's going on, but
it's kind of weird because, like, did you see the movie Contagion at all? You did. We talked about this last time. You saw it. You don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't really remember it.
Jude Law is this reporter, and he's trying to make money off of the American people by saying that a certain drug can help combat the virus in the movie. So he like sets it up so that he buys stock in that. And then it goes up because he released like a whole thing about how that can, help combat it. So is this thing really fighting it, or are people doing insider trading? It's weird because as this virus goes on, it's following the footprint of that movie like word for word, and it's scary as hell, dude.
That's crazy. I know. I need to do a rewatch considering the circumstances, but they were already what's it called? They're going after 2 guys who had insider. Like they immediately, it could be chance, but there were 2 government officials that took all their stock out of the stock market right before it went down, before this whole shit went on. So they had some sort of insider tips or something.
Supposedly a bunch of CEOs stepped down, right before it hit our shores. Like a lot of them stepped down and whatnot. I don't know, if it has anything to do with the virus, but it was like an outstanding number, like 14 or 15 CEOs of major companies just like were like, yeah, I'm done, and just left.
Wow.
So
who knows? That could be that's craziness.
It could be they don't want to deal with the bullshit of what's coming. It could be like, oh, they're just done, or a mixture of both.
Just bad timing. Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I know this freaking COVID stuff, but other than that, yeah, I mean, we've been trying to stay home. It's been giving me plenty of time to get work done and play some video games, which is nice. Watch some movies. You watching anything? Any new TV shows or anything?
Well, we finally finished the Harry Potter series.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were watching that.
Yeah.
How does she like it?
She said I liked it, but like I remember when I first got into Harry Potter and I read all the books. I read the books as they came out and I watched the movies as they came out. I was in love with that that shit. Like every new thing, I was just all in. And I, when somebody asked me, how'd you like the movie? Oh, I fucking loved it. Like her, it was like, yeah, I liked it. And I'm like, oh, I guess you really didn't like it that much then,
You know what it is? It's different when a young adult geared thing hits you as a young adult, like remember when Hunger Games came out? Like we were young adults when that shit happened, and I remember my girlfriend was obsessed with the Hunger Games, and I think the same thing for Harry Potter, because that came out when we were like the same age as the kids in the movie,
Yeah, we were exactly the same age.
Yeah, so it was like it hit us and we were the same age, so it's like you get into all that stuff. And if you're into the magic and all that stuff, like I loved it too. I didn't watch all the movies when they all came out, but fucking Harry Potter was dope.
It's like there's parts of it that are like revelations and like big reveals that not are just for that movie, but are for the series in total. Like huge reveals that you're like, holy shit, that's fucking game changing. And I'm watching it and I'm getting hyped up because I know it's coming. I want to see her reaction. And then it happens. And then I look at her, I'm like, What? No reaction?
Nothing.
She's like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? You know?
That's funny. It's like when you show your best friend something cool and they fucking don't react the way you think they're going to.
Yeah, or like you see the funniest fucking meme in the world, and then I try to show it to her, and I'm like in tears, dude, literally crying, laughing, and I show it to her, and she goes, that's kind of funny. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man, that's good. Yeah, Harry Potter's cool, man. I remember I read books 1 through 4 before watching any of the movies, actually, I think.
Those came out, I think, before the movies started. I believe the first 4 books came out, and then they started filming the movies.
Yeah. And yeah, I remember doing those. And then, well, they're still making movies, man. I mean, you have the Fantastic Beasts spin-offs. They're making a 3rd one of that, you know?
They're supposedly making 4 or 5 of those.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, that shit still continues. So it's an extremely successful franchise for good reason. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, she, what's her name? J.K. Rowling, masterpiece of a writer. Woman was poor, came from nothing, used to sit in a coffee in a coffee house in London or whatever, and just buy coffee and stay by the fireplace to keep warm in the winter with her 2 children, and write these books. And then all of a sudden, she's a multi-millionaire. Like, oh my god,
it's crazy.
What have you been doing to keep busy?
I mean, other than like I said, work and stuff like that, I just started watching The Good Place. You ever watch The Good Place?
I heard of it. I heard it's a pretty good show. I just haven't dove into it yet.
So I love
Ted Danson.
It's Ted Danson's actually really funny in it, but Michael Schur, who did the American version of The Office and Parks and Rec, he's the creator of the show.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty funny. I'm only like 5 episodes in, but it's got that humor, you know, like the same sort of stuff, but without the talking head sequences, which was kind of like a staple in The Office and Parks and Rec. The talking heads are like when they do the one-on-one interview, like the characters know they're being interviewed throughout the whole show.
Yeah, like the behind the scenes little.
Exactly. You know, like when they just go to like one person talking to a camera.
Yeah.
So those are the talking heads. This show doesn't have that, but it's a pretty cool premise. So it's basically The Good Place is supposed to be heaven, and it starts off with the main character just died, and she goes to heaven. It's called The Good Place, and she's just got to learn how to live there. The first episode's got twists and turns, so I don't want to ruin anything, but it's pretty good. I like it so far.
It's kind of similar. I didn't watch the show Miracle Workers, but it's like in the same vein. Everybody's trying to harp on like heaven and hell right now because they have that show Bad Omens with what's his name from
right the Doctor Who or the old Doctor Who, I think. One of them.
Well, I know what the guy Simon Pegg is in it. Isn't Simon Pegg in Bad Omens? Doesn't he play the demon?
No, that's
Good Omens.
Good Omens, I think. Is it Good Omens?
It's Good Omens.
I know what show you're talking about.
I think it's Good Omens.
Good Omens. I think it's one of the what the hell is his name? Charlie Sheen's brother. I think it's
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen. I think that's who plays one of the devil. Not the devil.
Dude, he looks just like Simon Pegg. Holy shit. I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
Yeah, he looks pretty similar, right? And then
the other guy is he was one of the Doctor Who's, David Tennant.
David Tennant.
Yes, David Tennant. He was he was one of the old Doctor Who's. He's great.
I watched the seasons that he was in as Doctor Who. I've never really watched it, but I did watch those
seasons,
and I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, this show's probably great. Actually, I have Amazon Prime, so I've seen the commercials and stuff for this all over the place. So I bet the show is pretty funny.
A lot of people that I didn't think would be into a show like that, like my cousin. You don't know my cousin, but he's into it, and he's like a guy who's all into guns and like cowboy stuff and all that stuff. And he's like
Westworld.
Yeah, he's. I haven't watched season 2 or 3 yet, but he's into Doctor Who, and I'm like, I did not see you being into like a scientific fictional type thing. But it's pretty cool. That thing spans generations because I think that show originated in 1960 was like the first season.
That show's been around for a long, long time. And the new Doctor Who is I forgot her name, but it's the first woman doctor. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was in the movie Attack the Block. You ever see Attack the Block?
No.
You should watch this one. This is kind of like it's a sci-fi, kind of like a smaller movie. I don't want to say indie movie, but it kind of is. It's like a sci-fi indie movie that John Boyega is in. John Boyega from the new Star Wars movies. Yeah. So it was one of his first movies, and basically the new Doctor Who goes in. She lives in this block with a bunch of these kids, and here we go. I just pulled it up. So the gist of this one: a teen gang in South London defends their block from an alien invasion, and Nick Frost is in the movie. Simon Pegg's like best friend.
Oh, the chubby guy from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, so he's in the movie too. He's like their drug dealer. But it's a bunch of kids in South London, so not like a great area. And they start off the movie by like robbing her, and then aliens start coming down, and it's actually a good movie. I like it a lot. I forgot who put me on to that one, but I have it if you want it. I think I got it on DVD. It's an older movie.
Is it on Netflix or on like Amazon?
I don't know. You can probably find it on Amazon. I mean, you could definitely rent it on Amazon, but it might be on Netflix actually.
Are you sure it's called Attack the Block?
Yeah.
It's not popping up. No.
Attack the Block. That's definitely the name of it. I think it came out in, let me see. I'm on IMDb right now. 2011 it came out. Sci-fi horror movie.
Oh wow, yeah, I do see it.
But I don't know if it's on any streaming services. I would hope so.
Inner City versus Outer Space.
Is that what it says on it?
Yeah,
that's a good tagline, man.
The other African American actor in it looks like the guy who plays Firestorm on The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. Oh yeah, that is him. That is him. What's his name? Not John Boyega. Franz Drameth. Yeah, Franz Drameth.
Oh yeah,
he's drama. Yeah, he's in The Flash. He's in the Arrowverse. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
So
it's a bunch of kids. I mean, they're all like inner city kids, and they're like protecting their housing unit from aliens. It's a cool one, man. Check it out for sure. And it's like British humor.
Oh, British humor is great.
Well, I mean, it's still a horror movie, but it's like sci-fi, dark comedy, horror. It's a good one, man.
I'll definitely check that out. Maybe in some free time.
Yeah, I think maybe my old roommate CJ told me about it. I don't remember.
CJ.
I think so, because I remember him. I think he was like checking out John Boyega or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, I watched this whole movie." He might have been the one to tell me about it. I don't remember, but it's a good one. I like that one, and I'm a sci-fi movie guy. I love sci-fi movies.
Yeah, I love like all movies except for musicals. Pretty much, like I'll watch a western, I'll watch a space western. Yeah. You know, I'll watch documentary shot films like Cloverfield and stuff like that. The first one, like I like every variety of movie. When it comes to a musical, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. I don't know why.
You know what? I'm kind of the same in a way because like I loved Whiplash that what's his name did. You saw the movie Whiplash? That was the one with Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons.
No, I don't think I saw Whiplash.
Oh, dude, you got to see that one. It's Miles Teller plays like a drummer, and J.K. Simmons is his teacher. Dude, it's incredible. It's an incredible movie. Melissa Benoist is in it too, if that's how you pronounce it. Supergirl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so they're just
Damien Chazelle, he's the director. That's who did it. But Damien Chazelle did a great job. The movie's incredible. J.K. Simmons is so good in it.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, for sure. Put Whiplash on there because Miles Teller is great in it too.
2014, that one? Because there's a
yeah. I don't know if it should have won some awards. I don't know if it did.
Miles Teller, he's the one from he played Mr. Fantastic and the new Fantastic Four, right?
Yes. Yeah. But Damien Chazelle did this amazing movie. Like Whiplash is probably up there on one of my favorites. But then he did La La Land, and I couldn't get through it.
My wife saw that movie and she loved it. And then her friend, I think, went to the theater to see it 5 times. I'm like,
Really?
what? Yeah.
I couldn't get through it, dude. I just couldn't watch it. And I like Emma Stone. I like Ryan Gosling. Like, I love Damien Chazelle. J.K. Simmons is in it too. Like, I just couldn't get through it. I tried, but I was bored by it. But whatever. It just means it's not for me. Right? That's all. Yeah, it's like a musical movie.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of women like musicals. Supposedly that movie Les
Miserables.
Yeah, with what's his name? Hugh Jackman and all that. Like, that's supposedly like an amazing movie, but it's a musical, so I know I'm not going to like it. I can't watch it.
I'll tell you what, I'm not good at watching musical movies, but I have been to like Broadway plays and stuff and musicals like that. Like I've seen Les Miserables on Broadway. It's awesome. But I can't like the movies I can't do.
I've been to a few plays on Broadway. My grandmother used to take all her grandchildren to one play on Broadway.
Same shit, dude. My grandma used to live in the city, so she used to always bring us out to see a play like once a year or something.
So I saw Lion King because my sister was sick when she was supposed to go. My sister got sick and she had the tickets, and Lion King's like a big Broadway play. It's one of the biggest ones. So she needed somebody to fill the ticket. So I went to see Lion King with my sister, and I also saw Peter Pan when I was younger, which was actually really cool.
Oh, nice.
She the woman who plays Peter Pan actually flies out into the crowd on a line or whatever, and it's interactive because she actually comes out into the crowd, which is awesome.
I think they did that with the Spider-Man one. Do you remember the Spider-Man musical?
I did not see it, but I heard the same thing that he came.
Yeah, he kind of like whips out and shit. I remember the first one I saw was a Christmas Carol. Was the first thing I saw, and it snowed in the theater. Like
oh, that's cool.
They just like released snow. It wasn't real snow, but they released snow at the end of the play, and it like snowed on all the people in the audience.
Didn't we see that in junior high on an English field trip? I remember going to Port Jeff and going to see A Christmas Carol. I don't know.
Oh,
you went to
I don't remember.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I remember my teacher, because I got in trouble on the bus that year for whatever reason. I remember getting
for yelling at somebody.
I don't even know what I did. I don't remember. I was a troubled child.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. We probably did see it in Port Jeff at some point, but I definitely saw it on Broadway. It was I think it was my first one. I saw that. I saw Aida. I think that's how it's pronounced. It was about a country in Africa that like had some serious shit going on. They did like this whole helicopter thing on the stage. It was cool. It was like they had the helicopter going, so it was like super loud. They were blowing wind towards the audience and stuff when it was landing.
That's pretty cool.
It was super cool. I saw those two, and then I actually not even last year, I think this January, my grandma really wanted to see a play. So for Christmas, she got tickets to a play called Come From Away.
Oh, my wife saw that.
It was good, man. It was really good. It was funny. It was.
You went to see it with her?
Yeah, we went to go see it. I took Christine with us too. It was me, my sisters, my mom, my grandma, and Christine went to go see it. And not a huge theater, but it was just a play about Newfoundland and how many planes landed in Newfoundland when September 11th happened. Because it was like a lot of planes had to get diverted there, and they were not prepared for the amount of people that were coming on all these planes, and were stuck there for days, and it was nuts. But it was a good musical.
My wife said that the stage was like 13 chairs and like 12 people or something like that. It was like a small cast and a small
basically
stage.
Yeah, everybody played different roles. So like every character or every person on the stage had like 3 roles that they played.
That's pretty cool though. It's interesting to see people stretch something with limited amount of people and make a story like that.
Definitely. And then the only play I've ever wanted to see that I actually haven't yet is the one that Matt Stone and Trey Parker did, the South Park guys.
Oh, the
Book of
Book
Mormon.
of Mormon.
Yeah.
Dude, so one of the ladies when I used to be a custodian inside, one of the health ladies, she retired now. She's like in her 60s or something like that. She went to see that and she said the play is so fucked up, but it is hysterical. She's like, they're making jokes about sterilizing women and abortion, but she's like, you're cracking up. It's hysterical. It's so fucked up. And I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
They push the limits on everything, those guys.
They really do. They're awesome. To go ahead and just make a play, like that's nuts.
And did you ever see the Monty Python play?
No, I mean I've seen a couple of the Monty Python movies, but I never saw the play.
I heard
Which
the
one
play
was the play?
actually
Was
pretty
Life
good.
of Brian? Which play did they do?
Sir Spamalot, I think it was. It was supposed to be like the
yes,
sequel
right.
to Monty Python or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Holy Grail. I kind of wanted to see it, but I never got around to it because when that came out, we were a little bit younger, and it's like, hey, you guys, you want to go see a Broadway play? And
Right.
Everybody would look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Not only that, it's not like it's a freaking let's go to the movie theaters 10 minutes away. It's like, hey, we got to go to the city.
Yeah, and the tickets aren't cheap. It's not like you're spending $20 for a ticket and buying popcorn. It's not like a $50 day. It's like a couple $100 day.
Yeah,
and at that age, that's not
crazy.
Cool.
But no, yeah, the plays are cool, but I can't do the musical movies. I think that's where we started with this one. But
yeah.
But hey, good note. I was watching TV for the first time ever. Like, when do you watch TV anymore? But I was watching TV because of the news the other day, and I saw a commercial for the new Snowpiercer TV show that we were talking about.
Yo, me too. I was on my lunch break at my mom's house or whatever, and I saw it advertised, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, soon. I think it comes out like May or something.
I don't know if it's gonna come out
March.
though.
Yeah, well, it's got to be done already. That's the thing. Like,
They definitely filmed everything, but it's a matter of are they done with it?
But did
'Cause
they film
post-production.
everything? Because a lot of shows, like I know CW, they'll film 8 episodes before they start airing episodes, and then they'll start filming the next 8 while those 8 are airing. So like the actors can get breaks and stuff like that and see their families and whatever it is.
Yeah.
I know currently right now Supernatural, I don't know if we talked about this yet. Supernatural has filmed up to 18 episodes and they haven't finished the editing on like the episodes after 18. Like they haven't filmed the last 2 episodes or whatever it is, but they can't air it because they're the editing needs to be done, the cuts need to be done, reshoots need to be done, all that stuff. And it's just like they can't get people to go to work because
who knows?
of the Corona thing.
Right
Flash
now,
stopped.
Flash stopped.
Yeah, they
I
stopped.
mean,
it.
everything's shut down. I'm looking at their IMDb right now. It's saying that they're still set to air May 31st. So we'll see what happens. Maybe
That's
they'll
2
just
months
air
away.
season 1. It's already pushed back a year because they switched. It was supposed to come out last year, but they switched which network they were going to broadcast with. They switched to TBS. I think they were originally with like TNT or something, and they switched to TBS.
I wonder why they switched.
I don't know. On here it says, here we go. Was renewed for a second season a year before the first season even aired. As the show was originally set to air in 2019, but due to its move to TBS, it was delayed to 2020. The show, however, since then has been moved back to TNT and still set for 2020. Oh,
What?
so they went from TNT to TBS and now they're back to TNT. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Are they both owned by the same is it owned by Viacom or what's the other major?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's why they're able to switch back and forth like that.
Yeah, they're probably trying to find a time slot for it.
Right.
So they keep jerking it around. I don't know.
It seems more like a TNT show than a TBS one. It's not really, like it's not TBS. I think is like supposed to be kind of funnier shows.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't say
Jokers.
this one is. But we'll see what happens there. It would make sense to be on TVT or USA or something in that range.
I think it probably should be on TNT.
I kind of wish it wasn't a network television show though, because I would love for it to be that. No, not only that, I would love for it to be like an HBO show and really get gruesome. Like I don't want them to dull it down because it's TV and they're gonna have to.
That's true.
You know, like that whole sequence in the Snowpiercer movie from 2013 where remember when the lights go out and they're just killing each other?
Oh god, that was
like
awful.
I want scenes like that. They're not going to be able to do that on television.
Well, doesn't it depend also on the time slot? Like if it's broadcast 8 o'clock, I think they have like limitations on what they can do, and then isn't it like post 10? You can kind of push the limits a little bit because it's geared towards adult viewing.
Oh, I don't know. I would hope so.
Because I know BET now, back in the day when they actually had music videos, they used to have regular music videos on during the day, and then after like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, it was like BET Uncut, and they'd have uncut music videos play.
Oh shit! Oh no, I don't know. I hope that they have a little bit more, like, more adult-oriented stuff going on in the show, but who knows?
Be perfect for IFC. That channel,
Yeah.
there's no rules on that channel.
Yeah. All I know is I'm excited, and we got 2 months right now before it airs, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I got 2 months to blow through a bunch of shows and movies that I have on the back burner right now.
I know, right?
On top of the many games that we have coming and or out right now.
Yeah, I know. Between Animal Crossing recently coming out and then
dude, that game that game is such a grind already. I just got it yesterday.
Yeah, dude, it is a grind, man. I mean, that's the gist of the game. They just want you to play forever until the next Animal Crossing comes.
It's cool. I definitely remember playing the original, and you see, like, it's a calming game. I like it. But I don't like how once you finish doing everything on your island for the day, if you don't have miles to buy another ticket to travel to another island, you're pretty much done for the day. You've used all your resources, you planted all your things, you watered all your plants. It's like, now I'm stuck.
That's the thing, though, because you can consistently get miles no matter what. Like, you can always get more miles throughout the day, and I think that's a change up from past games.
Well, how do you get more miles other than fishing, catching bugs, and then collecting wood?
Well, that's it. You know how, like, if you go into your phone and you go to the Nook Miles and you hit the plus button.
Oh, the bonus miles at the top, yeah.
Those top 5 are ever revolving. So if you complete one, another one pops up. And there's always 5 up there. And you can that'll go all day long.
But they don't give you a lot. You get like 100, 150.
Yeah, every day the 5 that are up there will be worth double points. But once you do all 5 of those double point ones, it just goes, like, the ones that revolve back in are just regular point ones.
So it's a grind, but it gives you the option to continually do shit throughout the day.
Can I go to your island and take stuff from your island and it not affect you? Or if whatever I take from your island gets taken from you?
I think it does affect you. I'm not sure. I haven't done it yet. But I think, like, say, like, you woke up at, like, 6 a.m. and you're like, I'm going to go steal everything on Shelby's island before he goes on there. I think you can do that.
Well, you have to become my best friend in the game in order for me to go to your island without you opening your gates or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or giving me permission to go to your island. Like, I think you have to have your gates open, but if you don't have, if I'm not your best friend, I can't just go there. You need to, like, the code or the invite chat, like, for the session or whatever.
All right. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I haven't. I know I'll have to add you, and then Dan Lamarca and Dan Dufresnoy are also playing.
Oh, Dufresnoy's on, because I just talked to Lamarca before, and I'm like, yo, I gotta add you. I have like 2 friends on there already, so I gotta add you. I gotta add the 2 Dans.
I haven't. I just added Lamarca the other day. I haven't even added Dufresnoy yet because I don't have his code. But yeah, all 4 of us are playing it at the moment. Then
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's a cool, and I've never played one before. This is the first one I've ever played.
Really?
Yeah. So I've fucked some shit up throughout playing it and trial and error, and been like, all right, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I was immediately didn't get the stone axe. I just got a regular axe, so I was just chopping down trees.
dude, I screwed that up too.
I didn't know that they don't grow back, so I chopped down every tree on my fucking island and waited a couple days, and I was like, these are not growing, so
you gotta dig holes and plant your fruit.
Well, I went to other islands and just started stealing their trees and like eating a fruit, digging up the whole tree, bringing it back to my island, and then I took the fruit from that.
You can do that? You can dig up an entire whole tree without ruining it?
If you eat fruit first.
How much fruit do you have to eat?
Just one.
Okay, because I know when I ate fruit the other day, it
makes you more powerful. Yeah, so it makes you more powerful. But every time you use the power, like I say use the power, but like you know how if you walk up to a rock and you hit it,
yeah,
you can hit it up to 8 times and shit'll pop out.
Yeah.
But if you eat a fruit first and hit it, it breaks immediately because you're like stronger when you have a fruit.
But so you shouldn't break the rock though, right? Because you want it to refresh itself.
Yeah, you wanna get as many items as you can.
Okay.
Every day the rocks will pop up in different spots. So after you hit it 7 or 8 times, I usually break it then.
Oh, okay. So you can break the rock and a new one will appear, but trees don't.
Trees don't. If you chop a tree down, it'll stay a stump until you dig it up.
I chopped down like 8 trees on my island.
Dude, I chopped so many fucking trees down. But then I didn't realize it, but if you do the stone axe and hit the tree, you still get the wood, but you don't chop the tree down.
I went online and looked up because I kind of got stuck. I'm like, what do I do now? Like I don't really have anything to do because like you're making progress, and then all of a sudden it's just like you're not making progress anymore. What the fuck do I do? So I looked online. And right after I chopped down like 8 trees, it's like, yeah, use not the flimsy axe, use the stone axe, and you can hit it 3 times. You won't chop the tree down. It'll be fine. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, dude, I chopped down so many trees.
What about shaking the fruit out of the tree? Does the fruit grow back every day, or do you have to plant another tree?
The fruit grows back every 3 days.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I was doing the same.
Planting more trees.
Well, once I fucked up all my trees, I wound up taking all the fruit on my island, and I designated a certain spot, and I built a freaking peach orchard. And
you have peaches,
dude? Yeah, I have peaches. Right now, I have peaches, pears, and coconuts.
Nice.
So, because I dug up a peach tree, or I dug up a pear. I started with peaches. I went to another island, took their pears. I went to a different island, took their coconuts. I haven't found anything else yet. I think there's like cherries and other shit too.
I have cherries, apples, coconuts, and pears. I need your peaches, and I think that's all the fruit.
There you go. Yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6. I don't know how many there are. But yeah, so I'm working on that too. Those are the only ones I found so far. But I started with peaches, so I took them and I planted probably 20 peach trees. And then I did the same thing with pears, and then my beaches are covered in coconut trees right now.
I gotta start planting more stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's where it's like, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, well, I need some of this shit. Because if you sell fruits that are not, like, what did you start with?
Pears. So if I sell them anything other than pears on my
island, if you sell anything other than pears, you make a lot for it.
And that's bells. That doesn't give you miles, right? You need
no. That's bells.
Did you buy the toolkit or the tool ring yet from the ATM?
Yeah, I've bought.
And what about the extra row?
You definitely want the extra row. You definitely want the tool ring. Well, you don't need the tool ring, but it's way faster.
I bought it because like I looked online. It's like you definitely need to buy the tool ring and the other thing. And I had enough for the tool ring, but not for the other thing. And then I bought it, and I'm like, fuck! I should have just saved the extra like 300 miles to get the extra slot so I can get more stuff.
Yeah, no, it's you can build up miles pretty easily if you just do like the daily shit and make sure that you look at the Nook miles on the plus side.
Yeah,
like if you do the Nook miles plus, you'll build up shit pretty quickly. Because like every day, like I'll keep doing that, and I'll travel to like 3 islands a day.
Oh, you gain enough well, you get 1 ticket a day, right, to go to another island, or you have to buy it?
No, you have to buy it.
Oh fuck! I thought you get 1 a day.
No, you have to buy them. He gives you the first one for free, but you got to buy the other ones.
Tom Nook, man, he's a fucking scheme artist, dude. Traps you on a fucking deserted island and then charges you to go elsewhere to fucking get him his money, you bastard.
Dude, I owe him $400,000 right now.
I owe him 88. I just bought my first house, so
Did
that's
you?
what I'm paying
Yeah.
off.
So I did the house, then I made the house bigger, then I just put a extra room in.
Oh, it's like that. You can't upgrade to a mansion yet. You have to like
No,
add
I think
rooms.
you have to put like I think you can add I don't really know, but from other houses that I've seen, like I went to another island where a dude has a house that you can visit, and he had a house with 3 rooms. So I would assume I can kind of do the same thing. I can probably build up to 3 rooms and then you can get a bigger house maybe. I don't know.
Huh.
Again, this is the first one I've ever played, so I don't know how it works. I don't know what the progression is there. I'm just kind of playing it by ear.
I remember in the old one, you had you keep building your house up bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and he just kept charging you more money, more money, more.
Yep.
I definitely I want to pick that game up and just play it and play it and play it and play it because it's relaxing, especially at a time like this. That game,
super relaxing.
I'm just fishing, I'm digging up holes, finding money, using my slingshot to pop balloons, and like it's just like it's cool, you know.
Yeah.
I screwed up though when I selected my island. I went with the cooler looking island. I'm like, oh, my house will be right in the middle. There'll be water all around me. This is awesome. And then like I log in and it's like you can't traverse over the water without a certain item. So I pretty much secluded myself to the center of this entire fucking island, and I have 2 other whole like pieces that I can't travel to.
Dude, we probably chose the same island. I have the same thing.
And then my buddy comes to my island, and he's been playing since release, and he's like no lifing it, and he has that tool that lets you traverse over water. And I just watch him, like I'm fishing over here trying to get a fish. He comes over and he just throws the thing and just flies over my lake or whatever. I'm like, you fuck.
It's a pole vault, dude. It's called a vault.
And he's on the other side. That fits right up your alley.
Yeah.
His
Dude,
character,
it's cool, though.
character looked just like him.
Oh, really? Oh, my
Yeah.
character looks nothing like me. I have blue hair and like craziness. I actually just bought a new hat and sunglasses, so I'm rocking those for the day.
How long
just
does it
wear
take for that to
something else
come?
It's I mean, you can get them with Nook Miles, or if you go into that little 18 every day, like you can buy new clothing from there.
I bought a bunch of stuff, but it said like so some stuff says immediate delivery and then some stuff says by mail. So I ordered a bunch I ordered sunglasses, a shirt, and I think shoes, but I don't have it in my mailbox yet. Is it a day? Is it a few hours?
It takes a day.
Oh my god, this game is turning into Persona 5 for me, man. Fuck.
That's the thing. They want you to come back every morning. And then every Sunday, some chick comes to the island and sells you turnips. And you can't eat the turnips. You can't do anything with them. It's actually pretty funny because a pig sells them to you. So it's called the Sow Joan Stock Market instead of the Dow Jones Stock Market.
I heard of this.
So you take them and they're basically stock. So you have a week to sell them, and you go to the store every day and see what they're paying, what they'll pay you for them. So I just bought some. What's today? Tuesday. I bought some on Sunday because you can only buy them on Sundays, and I bought them for 103 per turnip. So I bought 50 of them. This is my first time doing it. And then if you go back every day, they'll offer a different price. So I went there yesterday and they offered 46 per turnip. So obviously I'm not going to do that. I'd be losing money. Yeah. But apparently it switches twice a day. So if you go in the morning, it'll be one price. If you go in the evening, it'll be a different price.
Oh, the opening bid and the closing bid.
Exactly. So it's like hits it right on the nose there. So I have to check today. I don't know what the prices are today, but I heard like I paid 103 for them, and I heard it can go anywhere from like 50 all the way up to like almost 400.
Wow.
So it's like you just got to hit the right time, and that's what they want you to do. They want you to put it down, but then pick it up and be like, oh well, I have some shit to check on. Like
that's hard though. With a lot of stuff going on because it's a big grind.
Yeah,
right now I have all this free time, but
there's no penalization for skipping days and stuff like that. So it's like they don't really care.
You just fall behind, though. That's the whole thing. It's like the
exactly
MMO type thing. If you don't play World of Warcraft for a day or a week, you fall behind on the curve. If it's
when new shit comes out and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Resident Evil coming out 3 days, man.
I know Resident Evil 3, right?
Yeah, I cannot.
Hearing good things.
And I heard it's a short game. I heard it's like a 6-hour game or a 7-hour game. from what I heard, which kind of is a little disheartening, but they also released Project Resistance with it, which I cannot wait to play that. Oh my God.
Which is probably why they released that, because if the game is as short as they say, then they were like, people are going to want a little something extra.
Do you know what Project Resistance is?
No, I remember seeing the trailer for it or something, but isn't it like similar to like Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, it's I believe it's 4 people on a team versus the mastermind, they call them, and you're trying to kill them. I guess I don't know exactly what the mastermind does. I know you could send Mr. X at them and stuff like that. I'm not sure if Mr. X follows them the entire game or what it is, but I know like you construct like what you're going to send at him, lickers, regular zombies, and I bet you as like the rounds go on, you can do more and more stuff. But it's like you got to survive against all these things, and it looks like so much fun. I cannot wait to try it.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. I actually haven't played Resident Evil 2 Remake yet, so I still got to get on that.
You need to play that game. My God.
I know. That's what I've been told. But instead, I'm actually playing. I don't remember where I was last time we talked, but I finished Gears of War 1.
I think we talked about that last time. You finished Gears of War 1.
And all right, then I've started Gears of War 2, and I think I'm about halfway through.
Gears of War 2. So, what happened so far in Gears 2? Because I don't remember the difference between.
Well, I have to say, Gears of War 2 is a much better game than Gears of War 1, in my opinion.
Less clunky, right?
It's less clunky. It's. I mean, when I played Gears of War 1, I played the definitive ultimate version, so it was like a remaster of the first one. And it was good, don't get me wrong, but they definitely improved between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
2 has better enemies, like way more variety of enemies, better enemies. As far as the story goes, it actually has a good one. Like you have soldiers who aren't just taking orders, they're actually asking questions and trying to figure shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what happened? So the game started off, you had the rookie, I forgot his name. It started with a C. But the rookie kid. Carmine, that's right, Carmine. So he's with you, and then the people the Locust attack the hospital. So you shoot your way out of the hospital, and then you guys start heading towards the Locusts. And then you go down into one of their places, and it turns out there's a giant worm, like, sinking cities and shit. So you wind up going into the giant worm, which was a crazy sequence. You go into the giant worm, and you cut his hearts out. And so I finished that. You come out of the worm, and then you go home, and they send you to some weird science place instead, like an old abandoned science place. So you wind up going there, and I just finished that sequence. I went through the whole science place. There was like a security system that you had to shut down all the turrets while you were going through it. You found these things called sires. And they were like in incubation tanks kind of, and then they would pop out towards the end like you awoke the sires and shit. So I went through that whole sequence, and now I think it's called the Centaur. I took like the Centaur, shot all the Reavers and stuff like that, and I'm drove across some ice lakes, and that's where I'm at the moment.
I don't really remember much of the story of 2. I just remember the ending.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm about halfway there. I'm not sure yet, but
did they add the system in that game where when you get to a certain location, you could choose whether to go a certain way or the other way, or was that?
Yeah, they had that in the first game too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember that was cool. Like if you were playing co-op with somebody, you could either go to outside on the rooftops, and I'll go down low through the buildings. Yeah, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go up top, you go down low, and then you guys would split up, and like you would have to like do crossfire and stuff like that to try to save each other and shit. It was really cool. I like that.
You know what? As I'm playing it, I see that in it because I know you can play the game co-op. And I'm mad that I'm at such a later point because I'm like, oh man, co-op was probably a sick like co-op campaign with this, because you can make the choices. It's you and Dom for the most part shooting everything up.
Yeah, Dom's your boy. Did you is Horde mode in the second one also, or it is, right?
I don't remember. I think you can do Horde mode in 2. Lamarco was telling me that Horde mode's really good in 3.
They upped the ante in 3 a lot with Horde mode.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe they introduced Horde mode in 2, and then 3 has like a much better version of it. So I'm looking for, you know what I kind of want to do? I want to play Trilogy, and then maybe play something else, and then come back and do 4 and 5.
Yeah, I would probably say you should finish, the original trilogy story. Just get that done, because then 4 and 5 they're after the fact from whatever happens, in 1, 2, and 3. So maybe do that, then go play the Halos, like you said.
Yeah,
and then come back.
I actually want to get into maybe play Metroid Prime instead. I might do that. Exactly. So I think I'm gonna play the original trilogy while playing like Animal Crossing and shit, and then go and play Metroid Prime, and then maybe come back and play the other ones. We'll see.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yep. So that's where I'm at the moment, and yeah. But I am enjoying Gears of War. It's a good series. And I can see where a lot of influence came from in other games, and then I can also see which games modern day were influenced by it. So it's cool.
I thoroughly enjoyed the first 3. I gotta say, I love those games. I don't know why Dan said they didn't have story when he talked about it on you guys' other podcasts. He's like, yeah, 1, 2, and they don't really have story. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They don't have story.
2's definitely got a better story. I definitely have to say, because like I said, it's like they're finally questioning shit. And the only thing I will say, Dom has a horrible subplot with this whole Maria wife thing. It's so stupid and it doesn't make sense. At least not yet.
Oh, him looking for his wife?
A wife that he didn't talk about once in the first game, and all of a sudden he's desperately searching for her. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember that he didn't talk about her in the first game, but I remember the whole second game about his wife.
Yeah. So, whatever. Besides that, I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Good, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good place to wrap up for today then.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
But
I mean, we got plenty of good quarantine stuff in. We got plenty of stuff to do in the coming weeks, though.
Hopefully next time we talk, we have a lot of stuff to go over.
Well, I'm looking at the date. I'm pretty sure we will. I'll have definitely Resident Evil 3 and Project Resistance to talk about. Maybe a few other movies and TV shows that you listed that I'll catch up on.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? Let's do that. How about try and watch Attack the Block, and we'll talk about it next week.
Maybe is it a movie my wife you think would like, or is it more geared towards like men?
I don't know. She might like it. I mean, it's weird. It really is just a sci-fi movie when it comes down to it.
Okay, so maybe I'll just watch it in my free time whenever it's,
It depends, like what she's into.
It's hard because she she won't watch horror unless I beg her to, but then she'll I like that movie, but it scared the shit out of me. I'm like,
dude, Christine does the same shit. Like she doesn't want to watch any magical fantasy, anything like that, and then one day we watched The Lord of the Rings and she loved them. And I was
I'm trying to get my wife to watch those too. She said she'd watch them after we watched Harry Potter. She said she would watch The Lord of the Rings. I don't even remember them. I just remember the beginning and the end of the whole entire thing. I don't remember, so it'd be nice to refresh myself.
Yeah. All right. Well, next time then we'll get on that.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. That's another episode of Let's Get Off Topic. And we look forward to seeing you guys. If you have any topics that you want us to talk about or stuff like that, just let us know. And of course, you can hear us on everywhere. We're on Anchor right now. We're spread out to Apple, Google, everything like that.
We're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify. That's right. So hit us up if you want to hear any other topics and stuff like that. But until next time, peace.
Peace.